lost his job. I really don't think you have to look a whole lot farther than that. I really freaking don't. All right, so here's my answer, guys. And again, I'm repping the soda. You guys have picked the Wolves. I love that. I got Denver tonight. I already told you guys I think Denver's winning this series. The only thing the Wolves have going for them right now is Jaden McDaniels going Rodman on the Nugs. In Game 5, I have not seen a player go out of his way to start SHIT with the entire opposing team like that since Dennis Rodman. I mean, my man Jaden was picking up full court bullying guards, tried to take Christian Brown's head off on that dunk attempt, and then Christian Brown dunked on him and pointed at him. That was so dope, by the way. And then Jaden McDaniels is woofing and talking trash to the entire team. It was all, I'm playing drums because the game's a blowout, right, late at night. And I'm laughing at Jaden McDaniels and all the antics. Not even like really analyzing basketball, just like this guy is cracking me up right now. Jokic rediscovered his game by passing first. Then it came back to him, right? Triple-double. So I think he's kind of found some good footing here. And then lastly, guys, no, I'm going a little long here. I'll wrap it up. You need to always remember and never forget, the Wolves are a teasy, choky, let you down team. Their fans can't have nice things. I say it all the time. Hawks fans, guys, I am a Wolves fan. I know this to be true. I have been at Hawks games in the playoffs with my two boys, and they were crying because the Hawks lost a game that they should not have lost. It's what they do, okay? Hawks fans and Wolves fans cannot have nice things. Denver wins by 2 points tonight. All right, another quickie, and then we're going to get to our rant. Guys, 60-second joint here, and I want Dwight to go first. We got to sort of write the epitaph on the Portland Trailblazers, right? Nice story. They intrigued us. They tantalized us in the San Antonio series for a minute, okay? And now they're done. And I think we know the owner, the coach. I don't really want to talk about all that. Dwight and AM and your boy Rick Kamla, who is the number one for the Portland Trailblazers next season? Is it Damian Lillard or Denny Avdia? Dwight Walton, you're first.
That's easy. It's Denny Avdia. And listen, with all due respect, the chosen son has come back to play for Portland. A happy player, both on and off the court, is a happy player on the court. And that's where Damian Lillard's heart is. He has a lot of loyalty and respect for the Portland area, those Blazers, their fan base, the whole organization as a whole. But the reality is, this NBA is about Denny Avdia, man. This guy is legit. Here's a player that can dribble, pass, and shoot. He's 6'8", 6'9". He's rough. He's tough. He's gritty. He's got swag, competitive spirit up the wazoo. Come on now. It's all about Denny Avdia. He is the Blazers franchise going forward. I think Damian Lillard will gladly take a back seat and be a role player to Denny Avdia. I'm not even sure if he's going to be the Robin to Avdia's Batman. I just think that roster is deep. They've got experience. They're going to use this playoff series against the Spurs as an experience going forward. I like the way the Blazers are going. Of course, this whole coaching thing has to be taken care of. But Denny Avdia is the franchise going forward for the Portland Trailblazers.
Cool. AM, do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it's a pretty easy answer as well. Denny Avdia is absolutely the go-to guy, at least to start the season, right? I mean, come on. Dame is going to be almost 2 years removed from playing basketball, and he's well into his 30s at this point. But, and I'm going to throw out a but, and this is something to think about. As Father Time advances through next season and brings us to the other side in January and February, and now I'm talking about 2027, and games are tight, Portland's a top 6 seed. Who do the teammates throw the ball to at the end of the game to take that last second shot? Is it going to Denny? Is it going to Dame? I wouldn't be surprised if at that point in the season, it's going to Dame, and probably well-deserved. But who's your main guy 99% of the time? It's Denny.
I agree with that 1,000%. And I liked how you brought that up because To me, Damian Lillard is arguably the best 3-2-1 guy of all time. Matter of fact, he might, of all the players in NBA history, he might be that guy that I pick for the 3-2-1 shot. Over Durant, over Bron, over Reggie Miller, over Steph, over Clay. Like, guys, Dame has shut down 2 playoff series on buzzer beaters. Nobody else has done that. This guy's absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to make my answer short and sweet here. It's Denny Avdia. Okay. And here's my thinking with it a little bit differently than you guys, and I'm buying everything you're selling as well. The Blazers tried to win big with Dame as their number 1. Okay. And rightly so. Top 75 player, but it didn't work. And it became obvious to me late in Dame's Portland career the first time that he is a championship Robin, not a championship Batman. And that's okay. Okay. Not, like the jury's still out on Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson. Like, which one of those are they? Right? Still kind of, we don't know yet. But we know now with Dame. He had many opportunities. He's got to be the number 2 guy. And if I'm Portland, I already tried the Dame at the number 1 thing. I have Denny Avdia, who's a freaking badass, okay? I loved everything you said, Dwight. I love, I'm a big intangibles guy, right? He doesn't back down from anybody. He plays every night. He plays hard every possession. Reggie Miller calls him Downhill Denny. And I love that nickname because I think Denny Avdia led the NBA in points off of drive and kick action. I think I saw that on Stat Defender, but I know that he is one of the most lethal drivers in the game. And what do we want? We don't want dudes settling for jumpers. We want them taking it to the basket, right? And Denny understands that. Okay, so we all agree Denny is the number 1. All right, I'll get the rant parade going here, guys. And I want to let you know, there's no Draymond. There's no Steve Kerr. They're on the sideline for the. Yeah, Dwight, I appreciate that.
Rick Saravelli? No.
No Rick Celebrini. No Rick Celebrini. Rick Celebrini's golfing somewhere right now, Dwight. Oh man. No, I have a happy rant today. I'm filled with love, joy, happiness. The WNBA draft is next Tuesday. Our WNBA draft is next Tuesday. We're going to have a X-Rated Sports Network League. Correa Gage is in this league with us. Yes. Our number 1 super fan out there, Correa Gage, is in the league. Correa, if you're still with us here, I know we had a little blip and a little technical difficulty. But anyway, psyched to have her, psyched for that. Dr. X and I are merging my Cam Dynasty, my NBA Dynasty League, into a new one. Psyched about that. But I just wanted to say those couple of public service announcements. But to my rant. Number 1, I love the NBA streaming games on Prime and Peacock. We all worried about it. We fretted about it. Am I going to like it? Is this going to suck? I love it. It works for my life. Okay? I'm not a homebody. I like to go out. I like to take bites out of the world. I'm an experience collector. I'm a friend collector. I go out and just I make myself available to the universe, and I love doing it. I've done it my entire life, and I will not stop doing it, okay? So now I can go see a band anywhere I want, bring my phone, and watch the Knicks and Hawks game. Wasn't a great game, but nevertheless, I had it on. People were looking at me. I don't care. I know there's a band up here. I know the band is completely kick-ass. Guess what? I'm doing me, yo. And so I'm literally standing there, bobbing my head. I got my phone in my hand, and I'm watching the game. It is phenomenal, okay? Phenomenal. And maybe I want to go to the beach on a Saturday afternoon. You know, on one of these first-round Saturdays, we got 4 games, right? I don't want to sit inside all day on a Saturday in Clearwater, Florida. I want to go to the beach. Guess what? No problem. As long as my phone is batteried up, I'm good to go. I'm on the beach, getting a tan, watching ball. Oh, it's so perfect. I get disappointed when the games are on ABC and ESPN. I can't watch those games on my phone. You say, why? It's a long story, but the ESPN app has never worked for me despite a million tries to, so I've just given up. Okay, number 2. because this is the no buzzkill rant. Number 2, I want to shout out Taylor Rooks and Maria Taylor, and I'm going to get to Malika Andrews in a second. Because Malika, unfortunately, is not doing the traffic cop thing right now. She's doing some like sideline stuff and other stuff.
Yeah.
But which is unfortunate, but you understand, Ernie inside the NBA, it's where they're going. Okay. But Taylor Rooks and Maria Taylor and Malika are giving Ernie, the great Ernie Johnson, a run for their money. Trust me, I would know this was my gig for a long time. Kind of sort of still is. Okay. Look, they're spectacular. Their broadcast skills are elite. Their knowledge, their energy, their vibe, their look, their gift of gab. They just get it. They're super fun to watch. And shout out to Malika Andrews, who's right there with Taylor and Maria and Ernie. But like I said, they've got other duties for her in these playoffs. So I've done this for a long time. And I want to make one more statement here. As a guy who's been in that chair, a guy who, for us here at X-Rated Sports Network, I'm still the traffic cop. Of all the things that I'm able to do on planet Earth, this might be the best, right? And thank you, God, for all these opportunities. These 3 ladies are goats. They're not just flavors of the month and like really they're goats.
Agreed.
They're fan-freaking-tastic. We are going to be watching them on TV for the rest of our lives, okay? So Taylor Rooks, Maria Taylor, and Malika Andrews, shout you out. Keep up the great work. Finally, and I got a little sarcasm with this one, I get to watch Jaden McDaniels tonight. Jaden McDaniels is my new favorite player. Jaden McDaniels is cracking me up like Dylan Brooks does. The antics on the court, what he says in the press. He's funny. He's fearless. He is a big old barking dog, Tony Allen style. Jaden made Game 5 in Denver the most entertaining blowout I've ever watched, okay? And again, I kind of talked about it a little bit. Just starting SHIT with everybody, and I loved it. So Jaden was like patrolling the streets of Denver looking for trouble. Like, hey, there's some roughnecks over there. Let me go over in that alley and push them around a little bit and just see what happens. I mean, that's what he did in Game 5. It was so much fun to watch. I can't wait to watch Jaden McDaniels tonight. He's going to be activated. He's going to be on one. He's going to be out there doing all kinds of stuff. And hopefully he doesn't get into foul trouble so I could watch him play his main minutes here. But Denver and Minnesota is pretty obviously the best rivalry in the NBA, okay? And this is a monster game because the whole thing pivots here. I don't think too many of us would pick Minnesota to win a Game 7 at Denver, right? If you lose Game 5 and you lose Game 6. Minnesota's got to do it tonight, and I can't wait to watch it. Dwight, you'll bring us home. So, A.M. Pfeffer, you are next with your rant, my friend.
NBA for a minute and talk a little bit about the PIF. They made it official. They've told the LIV, hey, man, we ain't funding any more of this nonsense. Guys, this is, we've got to unpack this for a minute. We really do, because it's like, I love the fact that a $5 billion fund laid out their plans for the future and then just didn't include the LIV. And then everybody in the LIV was like, wait, where's our money? And then they ultimately, after the fact, had to make it official to them, even though it should have been official and the writing was on the wall now for a couple of years. Do you know what the burn rate was per month for the LIV? $100 million a
That's
month.
crazy.
This has been going on for 3 years. Nearly $5 billion has been spent on a catastrophe that was going to be lucky to make back on the net $100 million, maybe $200 million on the year. And now the PIF is like, hey, you're good through the rest of this year, 2026 LIV, but by the end of this year, you better find financing somewhere else. And you know what? There are still executives in the LIV who are thinking, yeah, we can do that. Let's go get other rubes around the world to give us hundreds of millions of dollars and maybe sell franchises or bring in investment bankers to like partner us with other investors. I don't know who else besides the Saudis is going to throw billions of dollars to keep Phil Mickelson, Dustin Johnson, John Rahm, and Brooks Koepka, fat and happy with the $750 million combined that these guys have already made, and good for them. But guys, their Instagram followers combined, those 4 guys I just mentioned, is about 4 million people. Cristiano Ronaldo, he is somebody who has 675 million Instagram followers. He's the number one guy in the entire world who deserves the money that the Saudis paid him to like go there and get his $750 million. But the other 4 guys combined making $750 million and a burn rate of $100 million a month. Like, come on. Just end this. Get back to the PGA. It was fun while it lasted, and it didn't even last a full 4 years. Get over it. This was such like you cannot be throwing good money after bad. No one would be foolish enough to step in now. I say that, and then let's get surprised that in the next 6 months somehow the LIV keeps going on. But seriously, good for those 4 guys and everybody else who got a piece of the pie as well. Welcome back to the PGA in 2027. Ridiculous.
Wow. That's a good rant right there. All right, Dwight Walton, bring us home, big fella.
My rant is in regards to the institution known as the NCAA. They have increased the tournament number from 68 to 76. Now, is this as a result of the big conferences complaining that their teams were good enough to get in but didn't get in this season? Or is this an attempt to allow these smaller conferences, the mid-majors of the world, the Missouri Valley Conference, the West Coast Conference, whatever other conference you feel are the mid-majors, is this an attempt to allow more at-large bids to come from those type of conferences? What I've grown to know is that the NCAA, as are all big corporations, they're all about the bottom line. So I feel that this is more of the power conferences crying wolf, saying our team deserved to be in the tournament ahead of X, Y, or Z. I think it's those power conferences with the money. I think they're crying about this. But again, 76 teams is eventually going to get over 100. You know it's not going to stop right here. Football is going to be the same thing. 12 is not enough. It's going to go to 16, and eventually it's just going to be a full-out playoff. What I think is going to happen, I think major college sports simply needs to get rid of all conferences and just have the best teams across the nation play in a tournament, whether it be football, baseball, hockey, basketball, whatever the case. I understand that football and basketball is what brings in the bread for the NCAA, but this is a bottom line business. It's about the money. It's about all of that. The big schools are crying wolf, saying that we should have had our team in the tournament. So again, the 76 teams, I don't mind it. But if this was an attempt to get more at-large bids for mid-majors to the smaller conferences, I applaud that. But if this is about the bigger schools, the power conferences crying wolf, come on now. It is what it is. You guys already take up most of the tournament. The reality is, yes, there are some Cinderellas that have some success in the tournament, but the cream always rises to the top. You guys have had no issues in this tournament. Stop crying about things. You're going to get your opportunity. Just recruit better. Allocate your NIL better, get those teams, and maybe you could turn around your program in a couple of years the same way Michigan went from being 8-24 2 years ago to now being national champs. This just reeks of the big conferences being salty and wanting more opportunities than they already have.
Yeah, it's Kentucky, it's North Carolina, it's the brand USC, it's the brand name schools, and I think all 3 of those were not in the tournament. North Carolina might have been in the tournament. I don't remember. Actually, hold on a second.
Yes.
My bad. Hold on. Time out.
They were
North Carolina's always. North Carolina could be 1-29. They would be in the NCAA tournament, and we all know why. All right, no more sarcasm, no more truth, no more predictions. That is until Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern time when we return. Guys, girls, thank you so much. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go do it now. X-Rated Sports Network. Our show is Beyond the Surface. You can see like full shows, all kinds of cool content out there, so check it out. Big thanks to our guest, Jovan Buha. We love that dude. For Dr. X, for B-Dot, for Dwight Walton, for A.M. Pfeffer, Behind the Glass for Kai Josephson, and Jason Arambolo. I am Rick Kamla. We appreciate you guys and girls. Enjoy the ball. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time with another edition of the X-Rated Sports Network's Beyond the Surface. Peace out, y'all people.